let's talk about rejection, the big scary thing that is being rejected. We have all been there, and if you haven't, then you're one of the lucky ones, because I certainly have been rejected before. What is rejection? To me, it's being denied a request. So this could either be from a person denying a request, from a job, anything like that. Anytime you ask someone for something or you want something and they have the power to say no. Sometimes being rejected is completely out of your control. There is nothing that you could have done to change the fact that you were rejected, but a lot of the times there is. And I think knowing that and understanding that is one of the best ways to handle being rejected, which is what I'm going to talk about today. For me, the biggest part of being rejected is confusing it with failure. Rejection and failure are two different things, and I think a lot of people confuse the two because they are so similar. So like I said, rejection is more of being denied a request, whereas failure is the lack of success by definition. So you can kind of see why the two can get mixed up. They're very, very similar, very fine line. A lot of the times you can improve and try again, but with failure, I feel like it's very permanent. It's a situation where you've tried everything you could have tried to have an outcome and it just hasn't worked. Either you're not good at it could be a skill, or it's just not for you for whatever reason that may be. And with rejection, it's not really permanent. It's more based on the circumstance or what you're asking for or how you're asking for it. So it can be tweaked and changed. So understanding that failure and rejection aren't the same thing will help you in dealing with situations where you are rejected. The next way to deal with rejection is acknowledging and understanding that you have been rejected. So that kind of means dealing with your emotions, managing your emotions, understanding your emotions, and allowing yourself to feel what you feel, because rejection can hurt. It can be painful depending on the circumstance, what you asked for, all of that good stuff. Rejection hurts. Trying to pretend like it doesn't makes it a lot harder to handle the fact that you've been rejected. Also, understanding why you feel the way you feel can help you manage the fact that you've been rejected. Are you angry that you were rejected, or are you sad that you were rejected? Do you feel as if because you were rejected you can't get to the point where you want to be at, and is that why you feel the way that you do? Or is it more of a pride thing? You feel like they said no to me, why is that? Understand your emotions and kind of figure out why you feel the way you do. That can really be a big tool in handling the fact that it happened and moving on, which is my next point. You have to be able to move on, and a lot of that has to do with self-confidence and self-motivation and allowing yourself to be knocked down but getting back up again and trying again. When it comes to trying again, you need to apply what you've learned, and the only way to apply what you've learned is to be open to feedback. Feedback will be your biggest tool in moving forward, because it allows you to find out what you lacked, the reason why you were rejected, and how to kind of avoid that happening again. So I'm going to use the example of applying for a job. You go into a job, you send off your CV and they want to have an interview with you. That's the first step. You go to the interview and they're like, actually, I don't think this is going to work, and you get sent home. It's a rejection, it hurts, it can be embarrassing. What a lot of people don't do though is ask their employer why, or ask for a type of feedback. Without it, you'll never know. And I think it's a big way to help you understand what you lacked in that specific role. So for example, a lot of you are footballers or wannabe footballers out there. You'll have to go to an academy or join a team, have an interview process, and if they tell you no, but in your head, you're the best footballer to ever live, you won't know why, and that will make it very difficult for you to improve or very difficult for you to move forward. So asking why will allow someone with more knowledge than you in the role that you want to get into kind of guide you in a way that's not so intense, and it kind of gives you the power back, because when you are rejected, it feels like someone's taken the power from you. I think it's important in terms of self-confidence to understand that nobody is going to believe in you as much as you do. So if you don't believe in yourself and your abilities, you can't really expect other people to. So that goes back to being self-motivated. You need to believe in yourself, believe in your goals, and know yourself enough to be able to be knocked down and bring yourself back up. Because who else is going to do it for you? No one else is going to do it for you. A lot of people feel like in order to be successful, you have to achieve first time, and that is completely untrue. There are hundreds and thousands of people out there who have failed and have still been successful. So for example, J.K. Rowling, one of the best writers in the world, who is known for the Harry Potter books, she was told that her books just weren't good enough. People weren't going to get into it. It didn't make sense. She was struggling with poverty, and there were so many factors against her which led her books to be rejected when she wanted to get them published. So she kept trying, and then she got them published. Or Walt Disney, who was told that he lacked imagination and that he just wasn't good enough to be a children's creator. And now Disney is one of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. Rejection is just part of life, and understanding that it's going to happen is the best thing that you can do, really, because it probably has happened to you already, and you've moved on and you've lived and you've got to where you are now. So don't be disheartened, just take it as a stepping stone, take it as a lesson, and put in the work to change the outcome if it matters to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. It has been a pleasure. Make sure to drop us a comment down below, and also to like and subscribe. If you want to stay connected to us, we have our social media at AimALittleHigher. The links will be in the description down below. If you're not ready to leave yet, click somewhere. There will be a link for one of our other videos. We will see you guys soon.